cognitive ability and hiring. So we know from almost a century of research that in relatively cognitively complex work, cognitive ability is the strongest predictor of performance that we know of. It's the most underrated tool that anyone could possibly name in employee selection. It blows interviews out of the water when it comes to very cognitively complex work. Now, that's important for a number of reasons. One is you obviously want to hire the best people. That's the whole point. It's the biggest competitive advantage an organization can have. And that is particularly true in moderate to high complexity work, where you need to learn, solve problems, make decisions, and use learned knowledge to do those two things. Cognitive ability is fundamentally just your brain's ability to do stuff, to do task-based behavior, to complete goals. Anything that you need to think in order to achieve, its performance is underpinned by your brain's ability to do those things. And if you don't have the cognitive ability to do the job, you won't be able to do it effectively. You never will. That's the other thing, is that there are a number of constructs that can be improved. You acquire skills over the course of your life, for example. Skills are quite malleable. Cognitive ability is not. It is innate. It is not something that you can improve. As a result, it is particularly important to use as a selection tool. Not only because it is super predictive of performance, but because it is not going to get better. And so if you hire someone who doesn't have a great deal of cognitive ability, not only is that not going to improve, but it's in reality going to get a lot worse over time because jobs get more complex over time, not simpler. You start off with minimal responsibilities, looking after only your own work. And eventually, you then enter a supervisory managerial role, which is extremely cognitively complex. There's so many moving parts. Dealing with people is complex. And then you go to middle management. And now you have, after each step of the ladder, the job gets more complex. And as a result, the requirement for cognitive ability becomes higher. And its predictive ability, its ability to predict performance becomes stronger. Okay? As a result, what a lot of organizational psychologists recommend is thinking of cognitive ability as the primary selection tool. More so than interviews, more so than CV sifting. It is the main thing, and everything else should really be thought of as a supplement to that. And that sounds odd, but that is in many ways the case. Certainly in early careers, okay? Certainly in the UK, where for every 100 candidates that are tested with ability tests, only a few are going to get interviewed. Okay, grads and interns and apprentices, they're going to be doing a lot of ability testing, and for good reason. In those roles, learning is the key thing. Potential is the key thing. They don't have any real skills. Some of them haven't even left university yet. You're not expecting them to have skills. You're expecting them to learn. You will be training them. You will be giving them qualifications. You will give them structured support and mentorship. The extent to which they benefit from that is underpinned predominantly by their cognitive ability, their ability to work with and understand information. So if you are concerned about its applicability in the workplace, there is really nothing else that compares to cognitive ability tests.